Let's look at problem A. It says the limit, what is the limit as x approaches? And the limit, again, I'm telling you, that just means the y value. Okay. The limit as x approaches -1, well, from the left, right? -1 from the left. So -1 is right here. Well, from the left, okay, from the left, I put my cursor and I get closer and closer to it. Well, from the left, it's approaching. It looks like it just keeps going down, right? It looks like a vertical asymptote, so it looks like it's approaching. I'm going to use a different color, negative infinity. Okay, well, let's look at B. As x approaches -1 from the right. So I'll get close to 1, -1, and I'll put my cursor on this graph, like let's say here, and now I'll just follow it. As we get closer and closer, well, the function just keeps going up, and our y values just keep going up, so this is positive infinity. Okay? Well, because we don't approach the left or the right, we can conclude that this does not exist, right? Because it says as x approaches -1. Well, when I'm telling you this, you still have to consider the left and the right. Okay, let's go ahead and look at problem number D and problem number E. So problem number D is saying as the limit as x approaches 2 from the left. Well, from the left, so here's 2, so from the left, it's right here. I'll put my cursor, and as I get really close to it, again, just like before, it's approaching positive infinity. And down below, okay, well, as x approaches 2 from the right, well, from the right, I start over here, from the right, I get closer to 2, but I'll make sure stay on the right. Well, just like before, this is approaching, it's going downward. All right, I didn't do a good job following it, but you can see right here that it's just getting closer and closer and down towards negative infinity. Okay, let's go ahead and look at these next question here. So now, okay, this is asking for end behavior. Well, what does the x value approach as x approaches negative infinity? Well, negative infinity is going towards the left. Well, it looks like it's approaching as it's getting closer and closer in this direction. I think it's going to get closer to this, which happens to be our x-axis, which the y value is 0 there. Okay. Now, we can really verify that the limit as x approaches infinity, well, from the right, okay, well, you'll notice, okay, it crosses the x-axis, and that's okay, all right, because all we care about is long-term. Well, as x approaches infinity, from the right, we get closer and closer to infinity. You'll notice it's going to keep going down, and it's going to get closer and closer to this line, the x-axis, which again is just 0. Okay. All right, cool. Hopefully that's helpful. Let's look at this last thing right here. Well, this says, all right, what is the limit as x approaches infinity? Well, as we approach infinity again, we're getting closer and closer to 0. And over here, as x approaches negative infinity, well, negative infinity, again, it's going closer and closer to 0, the x-axis. Last but not least, what's the limit as x approaches 0? Well, 0 is right here. All right. Well, as it approaches 0 from the left, it's also approaching the y value 0. And from the right, it's also approaching the y value 0. So we can conclude that that's the answer for those problems right there. All right. It's just 2 problems.